Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Stephen Rao, Investment Relations Department of IOSG Ventures, and one of the hosts today. And firstly, I want to thank you to everyone who has shown your presence here, valuable. And this is the 11th O-Friends reunion, and the second time in Denver. And we are so excited and thrilled to be here again. And 2024 is a brand new start for everybody, and including IOSG Ventures. So we are so ready to drift the ship to the future ocean, sailing to the ultimate success with everyone. First of all, I want to shout out to Eigenlayer, who has been supporting us so much. Without your support, we wouldn't have made it so smoothly hosting this event. And staking or restaking has undeniably become one of the most prominent trends in the crypto sphere. In light of this, why not we convene for an insightful discussion to facilitate this exchange with extended invitations to esteemed projects within the industry to join us as our honored guest. Their expertise and insights promise to enrich our dialogue, offering diverse perspectives on the implications and opportunities surrounding staking. So let's come together, share knowledge, and explore the future of staking in the crypto with this distinguished guest leading the conversation. And as usual, IOSG's O-Friends reunion, we've brought a lot of topics, including staking, restaking, AVS, LRT, and also data availability, and also Layer 2 and ZK coprocessors. So now, let's the games begin. First of all, let's welcome our very first guest of Restaking Summit, Ray, Senior Director of IOSG Ventures, and he's going to present us Emergence of Middleware Innovation Sparked by Restaking. Let's welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Stephen. Would you open the, it's so pleasure for me to see so many new friends and old friends come here to our Restaking Summit. Last year, we hosted an event about security, and this year we have a lot of discussion about restaking and relevant infrastructure. So today we have several discussions, panels. Yeah, welcome to pay more attention and listen. But before that, I would love to share our thesis about different verticals in this area in Web3 infrastructure, and a little bit background from about our side. Can you move? Can you give me the remoter? Yeah, we are IOSG. I'm Ray from IOSG investment team. We are a crypto fund. We started our journey in 2017. Over the last 6 years, we have invested a lot of portfolios, mainly covered from infrastructure, middleware layer, DeFi, and other applications. We are more like a research-driven and community-friendly venture capital based in Asia area and Europe and the US and India. Yeah. And each year we have different focus, different research topics, and until now we already finished more than 130 research reports. We usually publish them in the community and receive feedbacks, and we are also the first ones, Chinese background venture capital in crypto sites, constantly produce insights and research, not only for introduce our insights in different verticals, but also can help us to make the investment decisions. Yeah, in each year, this is one of the, today is our first event in this year, and usually we host 3 to 4 events. They are oriented, community friendly, cover different topics. Yeah, we also have a global network. We have invested a lot of founders from different countries. 80% come from the US and Europe, and 20% in Asia, in mainland China. Yeah. So right now I will use a little bit of time to introduce our thesis, our opinions in what's happening in restaking and relevant infrastructure. And in general, we strongly believe, we have the conviction to believe that restaking and staking of Ethereum will be the cornerstone of crypto infrastructure in the future. And firstly, I will talk about restaking. We are the Series A investor of Eigenlayer, and we expect that EigenLayer is a pioneer of restaking paradigm, and we believe that this paradigm will be a totally new thing to foster the competition, innovations in the middleware layer and the new middleware layer. And we can already see a lot of like AVS networks coming out, coming from like decentralized sequencers, like oracles, like storage, etc., etc. So what's the EigenLayers want to resolve is that the Ethereum, it's pretty nice that Ethereum modelized the execution layer, and we can see a lot of like ZK rollups and OP rollups coming out, and the programmers and the smart contract developers can enjoy the scalability of the layer 2, and meanwhile, like they don't compromise the security from Ethereum. But however, for those like new distributed system, new blockchains, new middleware, that the outside the Ethereum ecosystem is still like costly. It's still like time intensively to bootstrap their validator sets, to bootstrap a new middleware, to bootstrap a new distributed system. That's why we need EigenLayer. EigenLayer from our side, from our perspective, is a very good coordinations engines to help those new distributed systems. We call them AVS networks. Help those builders, developers to programmably inherent the economic security and other forms of security from Ethereum, and to build up their network. And consider right now, Ethereum is the most secure and the most decentralized network. We have more than 100 billion value set on chain, and we have like more than 1 million validator sets right now. And there are 3 forms of the EigenLayer introduced for developers. First is the most common one is economic trust. The restaker can stake their assets to make the commitment for those new distributed system. Another one is decentralized trust, and for the AVS, for those users, they can choose to use the geographic isolation validator set to prevent the collusions. And finally, it's also an interesting one. It's more like experimental right now. Ethereum inclusion trust, mainly for those new MVV management use cases. For example, we already saw like Gelato also have some discussions, like can use their event-driven transactions, leverage these like Ethereum inclusion trust, make sure that transactions be including in the block proposals, like transaction ordering. And secondly, this is like EigenLayer is more like a platform, like a coordination engine in the middle. And we have on the right-hand side, we have AVS as a demand side for those like we call them AVS. We call it's actually a new distributed system and protocols. They can directly tap into the restake is for immediately economic security and other forms of security via EigenLayer. This is a very great thing, and we already saw some real use case happening in this space. The first use case is definitely EigenDA. EigenDA is EigenLabs. They built these new DA solutions to directly inherent the security from Ethereum layer 1. And we also saw like AutoLayer is our portfolio. They introduced like new concept of restake rollups and introduced like through modules, including like decentralized sequencers, like status like verification layer, etc., to directly inherent the economic security from Ethereum. And for those, this is like newcomers, new projects. But on the other side, we also saw some interesting phenomenon is that those existing protocols, those bigger protocols, for example, Near is also our portfolio. For example, Cosmos, they also like partner with EigenLayer already to look for some use cases. For example, Cosmos, they have like different app chains. We call them zones. And for those app chains, they can still like using the Tendermint, leverage the Tendermint, and meanwhile they can like inherent economic security from Ethereum. And Near, they also introduced like new DA and new finality layer, partner with EigenLabs. So in general, I think we already saw a lot of like maybe more than 50 new AVS projects coming out. Yeah, a lot of like entrepreneurs coming out. Yeah, on the left-hand side, we have this supply side. We have Restaker, we have operators, And we have like definitely liquid risk-taking protocols to help them to capture the opportunity to manage the risk, etc. And in general, there are two ways for the risk-takers to take on this opportunity. If you have LRST, you can directly take on EigenLayer website to take on the risk-takings. And for those like ETH holders, they can also like put their ETH on their liquid risk-taking protocols to take on these native liquid risk-takings. And meanwhile, they can also like issue a like new like liquid risk-taking derivative, and you can use this financial derivative for the like new dApps like applications. So why we need those like LRTs? We also invest like Swell and Renzo, and why? Because the value capture, the value add they bring is that first they help you to control the risk because there are a lot of like low quality new AVS coming join this. As a demand side for this EigenLayer ecosystem, they help you to manage your risk, to kick out the low quality, underperformance the AVS networks. And another way to think about this is that we predict that there will be more and more tractions migrate from layer 1 to layer 2, and which means that in future maybe the economic activity will not that like the economic quantity of the economic activity will reduce in general, which means that the MEV value happens on layer 1 will be also reduced. This will finally affect that the ETH staking's yield. So LRT and risk-taking actually introduce a new risk layer and a new investment opportunity to increase your ETH yield in general. Yeah, this is all about like risk-taking, supply side, middleware, and the demand side. And about in today's agenda, we will also discuss about execution layer and DA layers. From IOSG, we also invest a lot of great portfolio. We invest both Celestia and EigenLayer. Near also introduced a new DA called Near DA. And about DA, why we need DA? Because right now, Ethereum offload most of the computation to execution layer, to those L2s. But for those L2, they still need the security. They still need to like make sure that if the network shut down, they can still rebuild the whole blockchains by using the data. Another side to think about it is about the cost. Right now, Arbitrum like pay around $30 million per year. It's very costly just for DA on layer 1. So right now we have different solutions like off-chain, on-chains, and we can see that the most popular ones right now is general DA solutions, including Celestia, EigenLayer, Avier. They also our guests. They will take part in some interesting discussion today. Yeah, so EigenLayer is more like native like Ethereum DA because they inherent risk-taking assets like economic security to build their network. But Celestia, they are more like a new layer 1. They will also use some different strategy to bootstrap their ecosystem. And about execution layer, we still think, although we have so many rollups right now, but we still think in general the execution layer will capture the most of the value in long-term side, especially for those ZK rollups because they have the long-term advantage by leveraging the ZK technology. And another interesting phenomenon we witness right now is a little bit early is that ZK is also become more and more modularity. We can see a lot of like new entrepreneurs coming out doing something like from in different like supply chain of like ZKPs. For example, we have like proof aggregation, we have like decentralized proven marketplace, we have like this like permissionless like decentralized verification layer. So there are a lot of new things still out. Yeah, about data circuits, we also have our final the panel is about ZK coprocessor and data circuits. We invest space and time near foundation, Herodotus, Rig 0. And then pain point here is they want to resolve is there are a lot of like on-chain data, but because of the constraint of the smart contracts on layer 1, they couldn't massively access those historical data. But right now we have so many value on chain, which means that it's still important to like assess those, do the computation based on those historical data to find the use case to improve the UX. For example, the interesting use case I saw is that Uniswap V4 is actually partnered with like Brevis, like Axiom, to looking for the use case. You can, based on your history, you can generate proof that you have this amount of trading volume, and then you can share the benefit or like the trading discount, more like a VIP discount on Uniswap, something like that. So we have already saw a lot of like data circuits coming out in this area. Yeah, this is about data circuit. And finally, I will still talk about security, because security is always the most popular topics in different areas. So there are three things I want to talk about. Is briefly mentioned. Is first about restaking itself. I think for the restaker, for the users, you need to care about the risk. You need to choose those good perform operators who help you hedge the risk, to do the risk management. Mainly coming from like slash penalties, like operators, collusions, like this, like potential to be centralization. And the second thing I want to talk about is we also have a lot of discussion in the last Stanford events, Security Day, is about security shift left. And in this summer, there are definitely a lot of like airdrops, layer 2 launcher tokens, and AVS network launcher tokens, LRT launcher token, etc., etc. So it's definitely that our media platforms were flushed by those like malicious phishing links. I already like had a headache of it. And that's why we invest like some monitoring service like Wallet Guard. They are proactively to help you to prevent those risks, to protect the users. And finally, about security, I think several days ago, Vitalik mentioned that he feels interested in AI is an interesting use case in formal verifications. So AI, from our view, is more like an assistant right now. It cannot like directly replace the manual expertise. However, we already like saw some teams, security teams, like doing some research how to build a like good like toolings leveraged by AI's capability to improve their quality, improve their efficiency. Yep. Yeah, that's basically about our different topics we want to discuss today and our views. And please enjoy today's panels and presentation speech. Yeah, welcome to. It's so nice to see you guys here. Yeah. And if you have new projects, want to pitch us, please send emails pitch at iosg.vc. Yeah.